Good morning, Flux Corp. It is big news today. We've been waiting for this one for a long time. I'm just going to get right into it. A Bitcoin spot ETF has been approved by the SEC, the Security Exchange Commission in the United States of America, home of the free, land of the brave. They've approved Bitcoin ETFs. First, let me just immediately say I am so glad I'm not a lawyer. I'm a musician by trade, at least before all the crypto stuff. I went to music college, and I actually have a friend who was a pretty successful musician. At least, they were making some money, they were getting by. They pivoted to become a lawyer, and they're literally like a lawyer. I see them on LinkedIn now posting about their law career, and I look at this, I'm just like, how the fuck do you do that? How the hell? I'm so glad. This is the first paragraph of like the actual announcement. God, I don't know how lawyers do it. But yeah, the SEC has approved ETFs. So in case you don't know what an exchange traded fund is, because I mean, I know a lot of us on this channel, we're gamers, we're not like finance experts. Basically, it's a basket of assets or just a bunch of different things you can invest in that companies, banks like Charles Schwab, Vanguard, or other funds can use. So basically, if your grandma is investing in her retirement fund, there might be some Bitcoin in there now because it's available as an ETF. Basically, like your 401k, which is a kind of account that you might have if you have a salary and you're putting money into your 401k every paycheck, like that could have some allocation to Bitcoin. The kind of boring, traditional financial stuff that your parents invest in, now that stuff can include Bitcoin, which is huge because it could open up a ton of new buy pressure or whatever the right phrase is, like entities into groups of people who are buying Bitcoin in large amounts. It just gives Bitcoin a new way to be purchased and is a good thing. It is not self-custodial though, which we'll get into in a little bit. Rather than storing Bitcoin in your own crypto wallet, if you have an ETF or if you're exposed to Bitcoin through an ETF, that means a bank really has your Bitcoin. You don't personally have it in a wallet. So there's definitely a mix. Interestingly, since the news broke, Ethereum has really been the one that pumped. If you look, it's a little small. Bitcoin up 3.6% in 24 hours, up 8% across the week, which is fantastic by any traditional metric. That's insane growth. But Ethereum, refusing to be outshined, is up 10% in a day, and it's up 18% across the week. Listen, I've been telling you guys forever that Ethereum is underrated. And of course, this is not an investment channel. I am not telling you what to buy. I'm just saying that I do think Ethereum is really underrated, and I'm vindicated today. Bitcoin has some good news, and Ethereum pumps. So it's just, I don't know why that happened. It's kind of funny. There was a little bit of drama. So basically, the United States SEC account posted that the ETF was being approved a day early, and then the tweet was taken down almost immediately, followed by this post. The SEC Gov account was compromised. An unauthorized post was posted. SEC has not approved the listing and trading of spot Bitcoin exchange traded products. Maybe someone posted it a day early. The most likely thing seems that it could have been scheduled a day early by mistake. Alternately, there was a little bit of drama. I don't have all the tabs open, but the SEC or some of the folks at the SEC blamed Twitter, aka X, for basically getting compromised, and then Twitter responded posting, we double checked and it seems that your account got hacked because they got into your phone and it wasn't on our end, it was actually your lack of security. So SEC took a little bit of a fail there, but what's funny to me is that they still haven't posted again. The only tweet, most recent tweet, is this one saying it hasn't been approved. Now that it has been approved, they are notably quiet, which is kind of funny. They're really salty. Gary Gensler had some pretty salty remarks as well, the head of the SEC. So they're clearly sad. They're maulding. And Nick Carter, one of the big Bitcoin influencers who's been involved in this legal battle for literally a decade, I believe. This guy is like one of the people who made this happen, made this possible. Had a pretty funny tweet. I don't really agree on it. I think he's memeing, but it is funny. Make sure to dunk on a no-coiner tomorrow, someone who doesn't like crypto. We had to drag the SEC kicking and screaming into what should have been a straightforward approval, like a deadbeat dad forced to pay alimony. We literally had to get the court to intervene. We had to deal with grayscale BTC turning into a toxic wrecking ball that took down half the industry. This is a whole thing. I'm not going to get into this. We had to deal with 200 BPS fees. Getting into the weeds, but basically, some of us have waited 10 years for this. Do not be polite. Do not take the high road. Do not be gracious in victory. Tomorrow, we seize the spoils of war. And then someone else responded, I'm literally going to spit in the faces of family and friends tomorrow. Thank you, Nick. It's all thanks to you. This is all joking around, I'm sure. I don't think he's too serious, but there is a sense of vindication. I should probably be following this guy. There is a sense of being vindicated that for all the doubters and the haters and the bullshit, we have been approved for these ETFs, which is a huge step. And then 6529, one of the big influencers in the crypto space, especially on Twitter. I'm a big fan of this guy, more philosophical approach to crypto, and he's done some cool stuff. He said, exchange traded funds / products are a good thing and a big accomplishment. All those who have worked on this should be proud. It will reduce the risk of a crypto ban, Bitcoin ban, and probably make number go up. But exchange traded funds are fully centralized, and we have to keep the eye on the ball of self-custody. So like I said at the start of the video, if you own Bitcoin by being exposed to it through an ETF, if your retirement account, your 401k, some kind of externally managed investment account has Bitcoin, you do not have the keys, and as they say, to at least to some extent, not your keys, not your coins. So it is definitely a thing where this is not enough to just have Bitcoin through an ETF. If you're concerned about the American dollar hyperinflating and fiat currencies in general being unstable, being taxed through inflation and all these hidden costs to, consumers and everyday folk, then you do still want to keep your eye on the prize. Self-custody, have a significant amount of crypto in a self-custody with hardware wallets, multi-sig wallets. We won't talk about the security right now. Of course, there are many complications to keep your money safe, but self-custody is the goal, and the right to have self-custodial money is the most important right. If we lose the ability to have self-custody, if self-custody is in any way banned, that is the end of crypto in the way that it matters. So self-custody is the most important thing. With that said, super, super happy that we got the approval of the ETF, even if I can't make heads or tails of the actual announcement. This is really good news, super excited, and just a big step. It's been a good start to 2024 for crypto. Numbers are going up, assets are worth more and more, and the legal situation is moving in our favor. So that's pretty awesome. Hope you have a good day. That's all I got for now. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.